Right, so time for Join Us Interactive. Aisha Ibrahim is going to be walking us through the interactions.
Hello, Israel.
Hi, Aisha. You're looking very colorful.
And you too. You're wearing one of my colors, and you know.
Okay, I know.
Now is the time to get interactive on the most interactive segment. Don't forget to join the conversation via facebook.com/joynewsontv, and on Twitter it's on Joy News on TV, and on WhatsApp the number to send your message to is 0560-800,000. The rule is you send your name, location when sending that message, and please don't call. All right. So Parliament has dismissed a motion filed by the minority in Parliament calling for a probe into the controversial Ford gift to the President. Now, Speaker of Parliament Edward Duajao, exercising his powers, rejected the motion and ordered the Clerk of Parliament to return the motion to the Member of Parliament who filed it. The minority have, however, described the ruling as whimsical. Question: what do you make of this development?
Yeah, I know it won't work out because we are almost to election and Ghanaians will decide at that point in time. So definitely it's a waste of time.
If a nation such as Ghana, which is being the beacon of hope to the whole continent of Africa, throws such case through the windows, I think we are heading for dangerous times, because this issue is very sensitive. This is an electioneering year. It's not an issue that you can just throw out. Taking inspirations from Brazil. Brazil just yesterday impeached their president, Dilma Rousseff. I'm looking forward to a day where Africa as a continent will look for its people, have pride on its people than its political parties.
Well, guy, see, whether you see it or not, the Ford is in. A gift is a gift. Why would you want to make a mountain out of an anthill? I mean, what is there? So if I give you something, if I dash you something, someone goes to form a committee, they sit on it. For what? I mean, falling from the tree and then taking time to get down from the tree, it's the same thing. They all brings you down.
We are in election year, and what the minority is doing is just a nice way of dragging issues, or I mean, sabotaging the president for the gifts he has received. We were all in Ghana here when Kufuor was still in Parliament and his son bought a hotel. Ghana did not say anything about it, so why should we argue on somebody's gift he just took from? So for me, I think what the Parliament did today is a perfect thing to do.
I feel it's a waste of time and waste of money, because assuming I'm a revenue officer, I generate revenue for the state, and now all these MPs who have traveled all over from their stations to the Parliament, they are going to pay them per diem and what they call it, fuel and all allowances. They are going to take it, and moreover to that money, if you calculate it, it can buy this Ford. Is it Ford? This Ford card can buy about 5. So what is the essence of it? And it's waste of time.
All right, and on Facebook, a lot of the messages are coming. Let's see them, Israel.
Right. So Mohammed Abu says that is good. I like that. Emmanuel Bajra says good work done there. God bless Ghana. Seth says such as NDC and Ford gifts. Ismail says a good move so that we can save taxpayers money. Our democracy is not yet matured for this. Minority should give us a break. Teria says the kind of democracy we are practicing here is so weak that even the referee of the house is a political party member. I saw this coming. Let me see which reply is there. Parliament had no business hearing this matter in the first place. Make me think. That's how bad. Chief Manozer says, I knew the speaker would not allow the minority to disgrace our already frustrated and... Oh, no, you don't say that. Nyame says, sad gave for Ghana. Ufosu Kujo says, why you bore? And Jojo Rubin says, please, Ghanaians, look sharp. The minority just wants their sitting allowance for their campaign. Oh, no. All right, we'll leave it at that.
And on WhatsApp, a lot of the messages are coming. Let me start with this, who says the minority itself is whimsical and capricious. They want to score cheap political points. It's from Jambedu Adnan from Boko. This one is coming from Eric from Hohoi, who says, why is the minority wasting our precious time and resources? They should rather concentrate on making good laws for the nation. And this one says, Aisha, the minority was looking for an opportunity to get some money for their campaign. Evans in Sambalora, who sent me this message. This one, you didn't add your name. It says, for the Speaker of Parliament to single-handedly dismiss this motion tells me our level of democracy. And Saint Japheth from Nsawam says Parliament has become a rubber stamp since it is dominated by ruling. God should have mercy upon Ghana. And he says, Aisha, please, I need the Ford for my wedding next week at Nsawam prison. Japheth, you're interesting. And this one is from Berima Kwabaji from Ginger. Says the petition was poor in logic and even poorer in reasoning. It was actually a classical case of much ado about nothing. And that's Berima Kwabaji from Ginger. Pau Jemfi Gideon from Mikropon says, Aisha, you don't read my messages nowadays. Please send me that message. I'll read it. Okay, and Tunteya. Okay, Pau Jemfi. Okay. Please, I haven't seen the message. I'm still waiting. Tunteya from Tamale says, these people should stop wasting our time and resources. And Aziz Bila from Tamale also says, this is very bad. We keep saying, let's forget it's election year. 20-year issues must still be addressed in the right way. Ghana likes let's forget too much. Okay, and finally, let me take this one from Anefi from Tamale. It says minority members are joking. They should wait and see. Those are some of the messages on WhatsApp. Now, a Saudi Arabian court has ordered for a man to be given 2,000 lashes and spend 10 years in prison because he ridiculed the Quran and denied the existence of God. All of these on Twitter. Now, the 28-year-old was sentenced after the State Islamic Police discovered 600 tweets of him professing his atheism. What do you make of all of these?
This your question there, it has reminded me of a man I knew. He knew he was going to die. Just before he died, he emptied his account, squandered all the money before he died. When he got to the time to the funeral, there was no man to bury him. So they had to do contributions. A day to die.
I don't think it's fair. It's really, really unethical. Like, religious is all about choices, yeah.
Now let's get some messages from Facebook. Israel will help us do that.
Right, so it's here, and it's gotten 6 shares. Let me see what they say. So Haruna says, until we learn to tell the true picture of every story, we'll still be where we are as a people. Whenever you pick a story about the Middle East, see who is posting it out there for non-Muslims to start saying all kinds of things about Islam. Remember Christians, atheists, and all the other religions are in Saudi Arabia. So why this? Florian says, I'm sorry, Johnny, what kind of, okay. Rashid, so this Arab country is dear. I don't think I can live there for a day without being punished. Learn their constitution infringes on looking. Okay. I think we should move on. Let's move on.
On WhatsApp, Ali from New Edubiasi says, in fact, the punishment is too much. And Philip from Sunyani is still talking about the minority. He says the minority just started. Well, I don't get the import of your message. Please send it again. This one says, Aisha, oh, you're beautiful. Thank you very much for the message. Paul Techi Mensa from Asante Mampon says, there can never be investigation on this gift. And Paul again says, this is very bad. How can you lash someone? This is human rights abuse. And this one from, I think the Saudi authorities should leave him alone. The Prophet never ordered for someone to be treated that way. And one of the messages, you didn't add your name, he says, these are signs of the end time. And this one from Samuel from Aguna Soidru says, Aisha, this story about the Saudi Arabian man is very unfortunate. At least we thank God our fellow Muslim brothers in this country do not go by such rules. And those were some messages from the streets. Now, finally, the importance of life cannot be overemphasized. It is believed one would do all in their means and some even beyond their means to live. Now, the simple question we asked, what would you spend your last CD on if you were to have a day to live?
Invest it in the bank because I want my children to get it.
I will use it to establish something for my family, something that they will rely on in case in my absence, something that can produce another investing. I'll invest it for them.
I will save it for future use because I'm about to die.
I will spend my last money on the word of God, because the Bible said that when you lay up your treasure in heaven, that will be important to you. So when I spend my money here, I'll get it in heaven.
I'll give it out to someone who needs it because I'll be dying and there's somebody out there who needs the money, so I'll give it out. And
I'll definitely give my money to charity because I think it's the right thing to do, because looking at charity, like they are suffering, there are children, lots of children suffering in the world, so like it's the least you can do to support them before you go.
If I should have a day to die, on the gospel. Yeah, on the gospel, because I only have a day to die. It's only the Lord who can save me. Okay? Why not? And then you have to preach the kingdom of the gospel. So me knowing that I have a coin to spend, oh my God, I'll use it on the gospel.
And those were some comments from the streets of Accra. We have some messages coming on Facebook and WhatsApp. I'll take the WhatsApp messages first. This one says, I will give it to charity. And this one says, Gari and sugar go do. And it's coming from Kwame Nkoko. This one says, to pay all my unpaid tithes. And it's coming from Promzi. Upon papers from Sunyani says, I will give it to charity. And Pat from Kade says, I'll leave it for my kids and husband. This one says, I will invest it on something worthy for my kids. I will ensure it is profitably invested so the dividends are used to support my family, especially my kids, so they are not found wanting in my absence. And this one says, I will use it to pay my tax. And this one says, oh Aisha, why didn't you read my message, please? Freeman Agogo says, the minority acted in a bad faith. This issue is already with charge under investigation. So why the motion for impeachment? Freeman Agogo, I hope I've read your message now. And Isa from Bolga says, I will give it to God. Well, so it means that you use it for charity, because you can't give it directly. You can't hand it to God. I believe you want to use it for charity, so you get God's blessing. This one didn't add the name. It says Kofi. Okay, Kofi, I will let God have it. And I think you have the same. And this one is coming from Castro from Ho. He says you can also start giving out now, not the time you die. Good advice. Yes, you don't have to wait till your last day on earth to do charity. Martin Adogo from Boga says this can only. Okay, you're still talking about Saudi Arabia. Let's see what's coming on Facebook here.
Right, so Kwoko says, I'll buy water and be drinking all day. I'll take that opportunity and fast. At least I can pray to God for something better. Mary Jupiter says, I'll use 50 pesos for water and 50 pesos to protect myself in case of emergency. And when I pray, by all means, tomorrow I'll get something. Kwesi Watson says, Master, just buy your Gary sugar and get some groundnuts. Then no, you get your balanced diet for the next day. Cry. Forget Nigeria and Ghanaian jollof surf. And the Prosper says, I'll buy expectation, one thought, drink and sleep to forget my problems. But this is always a time you start regretting for your spending your money on your girlfriend. Good post, Joe News. Opata says, 1 Ghana. I'll use 40 pesos to buy Gary and use 20 pesos to buy sugar and use 40 pesos to buy water after eating. Cry hard because I do not know what will happen next, and after that sleep till thy kingdom come. And Paul says, I'll surely Ashore by Winnis, or is it Eunice? I mean, Ariba Credit or Tigo on my phone and talk free night call till morning.
Winnis.
Purple Venture says, I'll buy bread and peanuts with it. At least that will give me some energy to think and do something for more money, Lord. And Jomo says, we'll buy beans 5p and Gary 5p to have enough concrete because I know tomorrow will manage itself. And Srebo says, Mahama 1 Ghana pa, Gary 50 pesos, sugar 20 pesos, pure water, bako, and 10 pesos for security. Interesting.
And from Jambedu, Adnan from Bokwe says, Aisha, my wife says you look beautiful. She loves your program a lot. Thanks so much. This one says, Aisha, I go use them to buy dresses and chill because 6 feet they wait for me.
1 Ghana to buy dresses.
Wait, maybe you should go to Bend Down Boutique.
No,
and get to
I'm not sure you can even get anything for 1 Ghana there.
And this one says, Aisha, please tell Israel to try and do the dance moves when Miss G comes.
Oh.
Israel. This message is for you. And okay, thanks so much for the compliments. And this one says, I will buy my casket with 1 CD. You can't buy a casket with 1 CD. Well, let's see if we have some Twitter trends, Israel. Do we?
Oh, on Twitter, there's some things that are trending. There's Lord Paper and Irama. They're trending for very interesting reasons. It's a wild video.
Okay, is it the music video?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting video. Well, so
we can't show you that.
We can't. Maybe you'd have to go on a wild chase and look out for it yourself. All right. So we can look at our picture of the day as well. It's all about an ideal breakfast. So he's apparently saying a prayer. He says, what, Lord, thank you for my little breakfast. Please make my lunch greater. Amen.
So this breakfast is supposed to be little.
Israel.
And he wants the lunch to be
I'm
greater.
sure you eat this or you die. You just die.
Oh no.
Alright, so on that note, that's how we wrap up on your most interactive segment. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Enjoy your evening.
Yeah, my name is Israel Lai. There's more news at myjoyonline.com. There's some interesting stories we want to read. You can get to read all about the Ford probe saga, which was shut down by the speaker today. And Joseph Opoku Gakpo has been named the 2016 Global Leadership Fellow by Cornell University. You get to read all about that when you go to My Joy Online. But that's it for the bulletin. Thank you very much, Aisha, for coming. And thank you, Ms. G and Gary R. Smith and Emmanuel Bajuyafi for joining me to present the bulletin. Same time tomorrow. Make a day.
This is Joy News Prime.